Hello, it's N60 Sean. So yesterday I got invited to a Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy showcase event. The whole point of this event was showcasing for the first time some of the levels from Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. The third game in the original Crash Bandicoot series. If you've not heard of the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy, essentially what it is a PS4 remake of the original Crash Bandicoot games. Basically games which were my childhood. I mean, Crash Bandicoot 3 was one of my favourite games of all time, and having a chance to be one of the first to play these levels is completely insane. So I'm going to talk you through this first level. This is a double header. One of the first things you'll probably notice is some of the subtle, I mean obviously the graphics are being completely updated, but there's some little subtle character design changes. So obviously in the original, these two-headed fat dudes had like clubs. This time they've just given them turkeys. I mean, because, sure, why not? So the powers that we actually had up to this point, so even though you wouldn't have the Wumpa Fruit Bazooka at this stage of the game, so we had the Wumpa Fruit Bazooka, the Belly Flop power-up, what other ones are there? I think it was all of them except the Super Sprint, because I tried a time trial after this, and holding down the R2 button didn't do the Super Sprint, but we seem to have, like, all of the other power-ups as we like take care of this guy. I'll probably be dying a few times on purpose on this game, so you can get a little look at some of the death animations. I mean, that was pretty amateur there as well, but the whole thing is like what I really liked about this is that it feels exactly like how Crash Bandicoot 3 did. The controls are really, really authentic to how all of the Crash Bandicoot games felt like back in the day, so which I think, like, for fans who are going to be looking at this as a proper nostalgia trip, that's going to be really important. I've absolutely had a nightmare there because I'm trying to get the white gem. I've just left the TNT crate behind. We'll probably have to go and get that back at the beginning. So chatting through with Kara, who was the producer, who's the lead producer on this, and I think the main aim from Activision for this is to try and recreate some of that magic, which obviously, like, the whole reason why people love the Crash Bandicoot games in the first place. So the actual nostalgia hardcore fan was who the developers had in mind for this. Also was trying to bring in a new generation of Crash Bandicoot players, which I'm sure like a lot of you guys are. Let's have a little look just as we died here, just a little side-by-side comparison of the two games at this point here. To get the wizard's little panties out, you just need to use the Wumpa Bazooka, where you usually just span in them in the original. I think that's one of the main differences. One thing I did like notice with just that little comparison, the PS1 graphics actually looked like pretty good. They've stood the test of time. So the other thing which we were told when I was chatting to Kara is that whilst primarily it is just a complete straight remake from the original games, there are going to be a few little sort of wink nudges to fans, new little sort of like idle animations. You know when you used to leave Crash there and he used to do like the little dance? They've got a new one of those in. I think they asked a load of Crash Bandicoot fans to come up with a new Crash idle animation, and I think there's one where he like plays volleyball with the Aku Aku mask, which I think is pretty cool. But apparently there's going to be a few more little secrets and little nods for which the hardcore fans I think are going to really enjoy. I mean, the Kara didn't really sort of embellish more on that and give more details. They're not really wanting to give much away. But we were also told, so we have 3 levels that we are going to be showing you guys, but we were very much told stick to those 3 levels, because as you saw in the beginning, we had like access to all of the stuff. Also, like keen Crash Bandicoot 3 players would also see that platform which takes you to the secret warp room, and we were being like very closely watched to make sure we weren't being a bit nosy and ended up in places where we shouldn't. It was so tempting though. It was so tempting to just be like, try and like sneak a little look at some of the other levels. So, and I'll be interested to see if they're going to be adding any secret Easter egg levels. Again, I don't know this, but I remember Crash Bandicoot 3, it had, I think it was like 5, it had quite a few Easter egg base levels like Hot Cocoa, Area 51, those are the ones which immediately spring to mind. So it'd be interesting to see if they've snuck a few more of those into the mix as well. But I mean, even if it's not, like, having all 3 Crash Bandicoot games remade to just sort of go on a nostalgia trip, I think is still going to be pretty awesome. And I think we're getting to the business end of the double header level now, and I was really impressed with like the graphics and stuff. Like, all of the levels look excellent, are the ones we played. So the other 2 which we're going to be showing you is Orange Asphalt, which is the motorbike level, and also Gone Tomorrow, which is arguably the trickiest level in all of this. I also totally forgot about the green steel exclamation mark boxes. So So a green exclamation mark box. If you've never played Crash Bandicoot, that blows up all those nitro crates, which I'm spending an extortionate amount of time smashing up with my one bazooka. You just have to like spin that, and then they all just smash up. Oh, no problem. So reload here, Crash. So yeah, massively excited to get my hands on this one properly and to just relive the glory days of like, what was it, like 1999 did it come out? I think it was like a long time ago. Another thing which also, like, as I've now just noticed, expecting like a white gem to come up, that I haven't got that TNT crate, so I'm gonna have to run back. So one of the things which I was sort of thinking, like for the future of Crash, as we sort of speed back to that TNT crate, is this gonna lead to a sort of Crash Bandicoot 4 style game, exactly like these games? You know how like what they're doing with Sonic Mania, remaking like an original Sonic game, but like with the sort of original mechanics, which everybody's familiar with. I'd really like them to do that. I asked Kara if that was a thing on their radar. At the moment, it's not. But I'm thinking if this does well, that would be wicked if we had like a Crash Bandicoot 4 in the style of this with these updated graphics. I think that would be pretty sick. Because after this, I don't know, like the Crash Bandicoot sort of series kind of lost its way a little bit. Also, just on the end, little bonus gem animations which are quite new, and the classic Crash Dance. So that was the first level, double header. Check out the other videos to check out Orange Asphalt and also Gone Tomorrow. I've been N60 Sean. If you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. We do a lot of WWE 2K17 stuff with YouTubers. Just look at the channel, see if there's anything which takes your fancy. But yeah, welcome along if you're new. Big shout out to my regular guys. Always quality to have you along as always. And we'll be doing a WWE 2K17 video tomorrow. Cheers guys. Watch the other levels. See you later. Bye.